In April of 2003, the Portland Trail Blazers were set to play the Dallas Mavericks in a playoff basketball game. And right before the game started, a 13-year-old girl named Natalie stepped up to sing the national anthem. She'd actually won a contest in Portland there to be able to sing it. And as she steps up to sing, it should be like any other game and any other time across the country, any other pregame ceremony. But that night was different. In fact, Portland's coach, Maurice Cheeks, even gets involved. And I'm telling you, that night, I think about as one of my very favorite sports moments of all time. It's so cool, I actually want to show it to you. Now, this video is 17 years old, a little bit grainy, but I promise it's worth it. Check this out.
And now to honor America and salute the men and women serving our country with our national anthem, please welcome, as voted by you, the fans, our winner of the Toyota Get the Feeling of a Star promotion, Natalie Gilbert.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the stars like stars? Stars like last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare and the gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Whew, that video gets me every time. It's just such a beautiful picture of somebody seeing someone else struggling and then stepping in to help. I think about that video a lot because I think about God doing the same thing for us. You see, Maurice Cheeks that night, he was busy. It was a very important game. He was a relatively new coach. It was a playoff game, probably the most important game of his career. And they asked him afterwards, Maurice, why did you leave your team right before the most important game of your career to go help this person you don't even really know? And he said, I'm a father, and I thought about what I would do if it was my daughter out there. And I would want somebody to walk out and to help her as she struggled. You see, in this scenario, so many of us as humans, we are like Natalie Gilbert, trying, struggling, doing everything we can, but coming short. And as crazy as it might sound, God is like Maurice Cheeks. He sees us struggling and he steps in to help. That's what he did, is he came down to earth in the person of Jesus Christ. He watched struggling humanity, his kids on earth, trying and failing over and over and over again. And so he came down, not with a ton of fanfare, but in a person, Jesus Christ. And when he was here, he battled temptation just like we battle it. Because you see, humanity's struggles didn't start with you or with me. They started a long time ago, back to the very beginning with the story of Adam and Eve, when they are tempted in the Garden of Eden by Satan and they eventually fall and give in to that temptation. When that happens, sin, brokenness, death enters the world. And so for years and thousands of years, decades and generations, we have struggled. As God sees that, he's moved like Maurice Cheeks to action, to step in and help struggling humanity. He does that through the person of Jesus. But not only does he come to step in and help humanity, he does it as a human. And he does that because he is breaking the cycle of humans falling to temptation over and over and over again. That's what makes our story today so important. As Jesus goes into the wilderness and Satan shows up just like he showed up in the Garden of Eden. And he tempts Jesus 3 different times to turn his back on God and to go his own way. But Jesus doesn't. Jesus overcomes that temptation. He pushes Satan away. He does what none of us could ever do on our own, which is to overcome temptation, a lifetime worth of temptation. He reverses the curse from Genesis 2. He overcomes the fall. Paul says that he is the last Adam. The first Adam brought death. The last Adam brings life. So as in the first Adam, all die, the last Adam, Jesus Christ, all will experience life. Jesus overcoming temptation in the wilderness that day changed everything. And it means 2 really important things for me and for you today. Number 1 is that you and I, we have the same spirit, the spirit of Jesus within us that we can battle temptation with. So when we face hard things, when we struggle, we know that the same spirit that was within Jesus as he battled Satan in the desert, we have that spirit within us and we can do battle against temptation. But number 2 is even if we do battle and fail, no matter how many times we struggle, we are still ultimately victorious over sin and evil and death and struggle because of Jesus, because of what he did, because he was this last Adam that reversed the curse. Because, like Maurice Cheeks, God saw us struggling and he came to help. And he is always there, no matter how many times we fall, no matter how many times we mess up, to put his arm around our shoulders and help us get through whatever we're struggling